Imagine a world where the mighty Roman Empire has crumbled. Roads once filled with scholars are now overrun by warlords. Cities are abandoned. Learning fades, and chaos reigns. This is the story of the so-called Dark Ages. But were they really as dark as history claims? 476 AD. Rome, the heart of Western civilization, falls. Barbarian tribes like the Visigoths and Vandals sweep across Europe, toppling what was once the greatest empire the world had ever seen. Roads deteriorate, trade collapses, cities shrink. But did knowledge really disappear? Or was something else happening beneath the surface? With Rome gone, Europe became a fragmented mess. Kings? Forget about it. Local warlords ruled over scattered villages, and if you weren't a noble, you were probably a peasant working the land for protection. Welcome to feudalism, the system that ran the medieval world for centuries. Life wasn't easy, but it wasn't total chaos either. This system created stability, in its own way. But while Europe struggled, the East was having a very different story. The Byzantine Empire, with its capital at Constantinople, stood as a beacon of stability and wealth during the tumultuous Dark Ages. Yet, it was not without its challenges. Waves of invasions from various fronts tested its resilience. But through strategic diplomacy and military might, the Byzantines managed to hold their ground, preserving a legacy of Roman governance and culture. While Western Europe was figuring things out, the Eastern Roman or Byzantine Empire was thriving. Its capital, Constantinople, was one of the richest cities in the world. Meanwhile, in the Islamic world, scholars in places like Baghdad's House of Wisdom were translating and preserving ancient Greek and Roman texts, and making new discoveries in science, medicine, and philosophy. So, was knowledge really lost, or was it just relocated? Just when Europe started to stabilize, boom, new invaders arrived. Vikings raided monasteries, stealing gold and burning villages. Magyars swept through Eastern Europe. Muslim forces took Spain and even attacked France. It seemed like Europe was destined to remain a battleground forever. But then, something changed. Enter Charlemagne, the king who would become the father of Europe. He didn't just conquer lands. He wanted to bring back learning, knowledge, and culture. Under his rule, the Carolingian Renaissance began, a mini revival of art, writing, and science. In a time when books were rare and most people were illiterate, this movement helped keep knowledge alive for future generations. By the year 1000, Europe was changing. Agriculture improved, cities expanded, and universities started popping up. The so-called Dark Ages were coming to an end, making way for what we now call the High Middle Ages. So, were the Dark Ages really dark? Sure, there was war, hardship, and uncertainty. But there were also moments of brilliance, resilience, and rebirth. Maybe history isn't as simple as we once thought. So, what do you think? Were the Dark Ages as bad as people say? Or is history just a little more complicated? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you love diving into lost histories, mysterious theories, and hidden truths, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. There's so much more to explore in the Theory Codex. So, what do you think? Were the Dark Ages as bad as people say? Or is history just a little more complicated? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you love diving into lost histories, mysterious theories, and hidden truths, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. There's so much more to explore in the Theory Codex.